Hey, what's up? This is Shawn Stockman. And I'm the guest this time. Like, it's just so strange. But I'm here with my man, Taboo, my brother. And this is Taboo's Comics and Kicks.
Hola, amigos. What's up, everybody? This is another episode of Taboo's Comics and Kicks. Today, okay, let me get in my chair and get comfortable because this man, I mean, his accolades speak for himself, but the essence of podcasting was presented and inspired by this man right here, who I'm going to bring to you today. This man is going to celebrate his birthday on September 26th, which is the day that I'm making my comeback playing baseball again.
Okay.
I'm just putting it out there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm playing baseball.
Let's go.
And it's been a while since I played baseball, so I'm going to make my comeback on September 26th, which happens to be his birthday.
Let's go.
This man has won Grammys, American Music Awards, freaking NAACP Awards. But my favorite is the Kids' Choice Awards. Why? Because I'm part of the Nickelodeon family.
Yeah.
So this means more to me than anything. Shout out to my daughter, Jet, who's also part of the Nickelodeon family. So that's why I'm putting that out there into the universe. This man is so tuned into frequencies. And I've heard him time and time again talk about frequencies, especially the brown noise. When it comes to sleeping, me and my wife, we like ocean waves. That's our frequencies to go to sleep. This man was in the high school choir. He was a quiet member of the high school choir. But then when he met his boy, Nate, they started forming this energy and the synergy that in turn became the global sensations that you know as Wanye, Nate, Sean, a.k.a. Slim, and their boy, Mike.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mike.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Mike. Shout out my boy, Bass. McCary. I just call him McCary.
These guys have set the tone for some of the most classic baby music. This man actually sang at my wedding. The person I'm talking about is my brother, the one and only Shawn Stockman.
Hey! Let me just say how weird it feels to be sitting on this chair.
Love it.
In this chair opposed to that chair. Like this is strange, a little awkward for me. So excuse me if I have like a goofy grin on my face for the most of the interview or conversation.
Can I just say that this man sparked the idea of geek mode, fandom. When we started talking about toys and comic books and your love for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Bro, the energy that you and I connected on.
Yeah.
That frequency, we talk about frequencies.
Yeah.
Brian saw something in that.
Right, he did.
And when I called him and told him about like, yo, I got this idea. And he was like, nah, Tab, there's something there.
No.
You just got to fine tune it.
No, Brian's the visionary. He sees things.
And so I want to give you your flowers. Thank you for giving me a platform on your show.
Bruh, congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
To you.
Appreciate
You're doing
that.
an amazing job, obviously. You've connected with the toy collecting and comic book community, which is a huge community.
Yes, sir.
And the more platforms like yours that's representative of that community, the better. Because it's all a bunch of positive, good people who just love nostalgia and love imagination and all that other stuff. So when I'm not working, that's where I'm at. That's where my head is at.
That's dope. So let's start with nostalgia. I'm going to start different today. I'm going to give you a couple items.
Okay.
Each item that you receive, you have to either remember where you were at when you first saw it.
Okay.
Or a little cool story about that item.
Okay.
First item we're going with. Let the people
Plissken?
know. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go.
This was one of my favorite movies.
Can you show the audience, please?
Okay, I'm sorry. I was taking it in. This is Snake Plissken, guys. Snake Plissken is the hero from the iconic cult classic Escape from New York. I've watched this movie 100 times. Isaac Hayes played the Duke. And
can we talk about the soundtrack?
The sound, you know what was on the soundtrack exactly? I don't remember.
Bro, the fact that they were able to use these crazy electronic sounds and frequencies.
Yeah. No,
the scoring was incredible.
The scoring was futuristic.
Yeah.
It was
apocalyptic.
And it was on brand with the actual movie, obviously. It was the apocalypse that happened on the planet Earth, and New York was pretty much the epicenter of the madness. And to make a long story short, they were holding the president of the United States captive. And Snake Plissken, who was a well-known felon and criminal, but the only man that could get the job done in saving the president of the United States, Snake Plissken, played by Kurt Russell.
Ooh, classic.
He killed it. And again, this is a movie I've watched 1,000 times. And wow, this is a super dope figurine. This is super dope.
Right?
This is crazy.
So let's get to the next one.
Okay. All
right,
right, cool.
My brother mentioned to me on his podcast that he was a big Star Wars fan.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to present you with this one. Tell me what you think about this.
Oh, the Gamorrean Guard?
Correct.
I used to have one of these. I used to have a few of those because, you wanted to have a few Gamorrean Guards to protect Jabba the Hutt. I used to have the Jabba the Hutt toy with his tail would swing, and then you can kind of open up the little latch where he was at, and you had the little thing that goes.
San Diego Comic-Con just did a reissue of that one, by the way.
Oh, they did?
Sir.
Okay. So yes, the Gamorrean Guard was the staple in Jabba the Hutt's lair and in Tatooine. And just a great image of Return of the Jedi. This definitely brings back.
What year is it? In the back.
In the back? Yeah.
We're all about the year, and Kenner is big.
Where's the year? Because my eyes.
It's at the very bottom. Yeah. So Kenner is big on Star Wars, and that's what basically blew up the movie.
I can't see. 82?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 1982. Sick.
Yeah.
It was that long ago.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy. I'm so old. I was just watching A New Hope a few days ago. I go back to those movies every once in a while, and it's but this right here, this brings back a lot of childhood memories for me. A lot of them.
Well, this is going to bring back even more childhood memories.
Okay. Morgan Mindy. Nanu.
Yes, sir.
This is my first introduction to the genius that was Robin Williams. His role in this, and what I remember about this the most was the very last episode. It was so sad. I cried. As a kid, I cried.
Do you remember the cross-pollination between Happy Days and Mork and Mindy?
No.
Mark ended up on Happy Days. They had a cross-pollination, kind of like this.
Oh, I think I remember that.
Yes, dude.
So he went back in time or something?
Something like that. But it was, I think, because Norman Lear was involved in it somehow.
Yeah, sure.
So it was like, let's cross-pollinate these two different television shows.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
don't quote me on that, on the Norman Lear thing. I got to do my research on that one.
This was a classic show. The chemistry between Mork and Mindy was just something that it was infectious, and you watched it every week. And it was just one of the best shows ever on TV. So Mork for Mork.
Last but not least.
Okay.
This man is one of the most prolific writers, singers in the history of music. He's inspired millions and millions of people with his soundtrack to life. Exactly. This man sang at my wedding. But this figure right here set the tone for both of us.
Okay. Of course. He's the reason why I sing.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
The bugged out thing about this guy is, again, the thing that really changed my life, and a lot of people can probably feel the same way, is when he was on Motown 25 and he did
Classic.
Billie Jean for the first time, and we saw the moonwalk for the first time, and that changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
I remember still in front of the television on my knees with my mouth open and said, "This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I want to do this." When I say, even now, I look for this yellow sweater with the brooch.
That poster was dope, by the way.
I thought this was so pimp.
Classic.
I thought this was I thought this was the most pimp look like ever. Like he looked like such a, like with the must, like he just looked so fly. And but that brooch right there with the yellow, man, let me tell you something. He is truly missed.
What was the first time when you met Mike? What was that like? Because obviously he inspired you.
Yeah. I think it was at a dinner. And my mother was with me, God rest her soul.
What year was this?
Ooh. It was mid-90s.
Okay.
Something like that.
So
90
right after Bad?
94.
History, Dangerous?
Yeah, I think after Bad. It was definitely after Bad.
Yep.
Because we were on the History album.
Mhm.
So this was before that. So met him. He loved us. He wanted to meet us.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. And he invited us to Neverland.
Oof. What was that like?
It was awesome. We played all day like children. Like straight up. Like, no, it is.
You been there, B? I never got the chance to. Can you walk us through what that feeling was like?
Well, it's way, way out. I think it's like
close 3 hours away.
Yeah, it's a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
You get in, we got out the van, Michael greeted us, said what's up. We took a walk in his house. The funny thing about Michael is, and I think I kind of low-key adopted it to some degree, especially when I'm doing day-to-day stuff, is we were in his bedroom and he showed us his closet, right? And his closet was red shirt, black pants, black shoes. Red shirt, black pants, black shoes. Red shirt, black. It was the same outfit. Because what he told us is that he adopted the ideal from Einstein that when you're busy and you're constantly thinking, the last thing you want to think about is clothes. So he just put on the same damn thing. That's why you always saw him. Yeah. So because his mind was constantly thinking. So one thing he didn't want to worry about is, let me match these shoes with this. Yeah. So he just put on the same clothes. And to some degree, I kind of adopted it to some degree. Like when I'm at home, I just throw on all black. That's just what I do. Most of the time I'm like, black. All right, cool. Yeah. It works, looks good. If I got somewhere to go, and I don't think about it much. But being there all day, I mean, we went on the bumper cars and the Ferris wheel, and we fed giraffes, and we looked at his pet spiders and his monkeys, and he had this one area where it was just a candy store.
Yeah. The one that was attached to the movie theater?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I mean, every candy you can imagine was in there, and we went fucking ham.
It was all free too.
It was all free. He was like, take what you want.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was like,
you were in your 20s?
Yeah. I had to be like 24, some of that, 25, something like that.
Yeah.
But here's the one thing that that always stayed with me. And I tried to practice this as much as I could. And if you ever go into my house, you kind of see it. Obviously, Neverland was a huge, like at least 20,000 acres, something crazy. And up on this particular hill was the Firestone house. The house that, Firestone Tires, the guy that created Firestone, this was his house. So he's like, I want y'all to come up here with me. So he drives, and he did drive. So he drove us up.
What was he driving?
It was like a minivan. We all just hopped in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we drove up, and walked into the house, and it was all of his awards. All of them. It was about the size of this room, and maybe a little larger. But he had all his gloves from the Victory Tour and from all his MTV appearances and from Billie Jean.
That's crazy, bro.
I wanted to.
Right? You're just like,
and you have plenty. Let me.
Right. So he
ain't gonna miss that.
And they were in glass cases and all this other stuff. Every single plaque, the whole nine, since he was a kid. And he said the reason why he did that was because the reason why he has no awards in his house, his main house, is because he didn't want to embellish on what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like what he did was what he did.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to sit and, relish and say, oh, look how great I am.
I've heard you say that to me.
I did.
You don't have a lot in your house either.
Yeah. So
wow.
I tried my best to practice that. Like a lot of my plaques are in my little studio office part, But when you see my house, if you ever go to my house, there's no awards.
Yeah.
So can I have the Grammys then? In the past, Shawn.
Right. It's in the past.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. He taught us a lot of stuff. Like a lot of people don't realize how close we were. And he talked to us a lot about the business and just things that some stuff we share and some stuff we don't. But he was very welcoming to us. Like, and it's still a bug out because, again, this was my hero. I looked up to this man and he knew me by name.
Yeah.
And
it's like playing ball with Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And actually him rocking with you.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You guys both played with Mike?
I've never met Mike.
Oh, no. Michael was our guy.
I never met Michael Jordan.
Him,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, MJ, I don't know if you know the story about the 11s, Concords.
Tinker
Hatfield
shout out
was,
to Tinker.
And Michael, shout out to Tinker, was making these particular shoes, and everybody in Nike hated them. Thought they were ugly. It was like, it's patent leather. There's no basketball player's going to wear that, whatever. And Michael was like, trust me. He's like, somebody that's not playing basketball is going to wear these sneakers and they're going to wear it on a red carpet or something like that. And they came out. And we were the first ones to wear them on the red carpet. Dope. And MJ saw it. And he was like, he told Tinker, I told you motherfuckers, I told you. I'm telling you, they the shit. And he
took off.
Yeah. So when we finally met him, he was like, man, first off, I love you guys. And he was like, whatever y'all need from me, y'all let me know. And I think from that point, I mean, it stopped now, but but
he didn't mean forever.
No, he same. I mean, but I tell you what, it was a good 11 years where we could just reach out to Jordan and say, I want this sneaker. And it's like, yeah, we'll ship it to you tomorrow.
Yep.
So shout out to Mr. Jordan for looking out.
Shout out to Jordan.
Love you, bro.
Anybody with an MJ initial
shout out
already
to
an icon.
Yeah.
Shout out to that team, man.
Yeah.
Reggie Saunders, Tinker, all
exactly.
Yeah. So let's stay in the toy box in this because the toy box is in the sandbox is something important to this show. We ask every guest if we could take you back to when you were a kid. Name 5 items that were part of your toy box or your sandbox that you were playing with.
The Fisher-Price microphone with the tape recorder.
Yep.
I remember recording myself as a kid singing in that mic. So that was like one of my favorite toys, like ever. Like that was something I loved and always carried with me because I was, even as a child, I was fascinated with singing.
Shout out to Fisher-Price because
Yeah,
they did a lot of dope stuff for like tools and
the tools I used to love, the hammers and
all that.
The tool belt and the whole 9 yards. That's another thing.
Yeah.
1 year, but mind you, just a little backstory, a little context. I grew up in Southwest Philadelphia and we were poor. Okay. We didn't have a lot of money. My mother worked a bunch of jobs. I was a latchkey kid.
Same.
You know, the whole thing. So not really expecting much on Christmas. I wake up one morning and when I say under the tree, everything I asked for that, as far as Star Wars, my mother got me. I still don't know how she did it. I do not know how she did it because we didn't have any money. And somehow I got the Millennium Falcon. I got Boba Fett's ship, the one that kind of goes like that. You know what I mean? I had the Boba Fett ship. I had Hoth with the gun, where you can put the guy in the middle of it and that whole thing. I had all the characters. I had the new C-3PO and the new R2-D2 with the thing that would pop up. Like when I say my tree was filled, like I didn't realize how important that was until I got older.
Yep.
Because when I was younger, it was like, oh my God, and you're just kind of happy. But to understand the miracles that my mother had to create to make that Christmas the way it was, that's what makes me love her even more and miss her even more. She was a fucking G.
Yep.
And for her to create that, not to mention, I had 3 other siblings that lived with me in the house and they were straight. Like that Christmas was different. Like everybody that asked for stuff got what they wanted. And I still don't know how, and she never told me. I don't know how she did that to this day.
I think this show is made to unlock those moments of your childhood, the nostalgia, the feeling of looking at the tree and seeing your Star Wars setup. Because I think there's something to be said about the psyche of our childhood when it comes to nostalgia.
Yes.
When it comes to this.
Yeah.
For me, it's G.I. Joe, it's LJN wrestlers, it's He-Man, it's Turtles. But ultimately, the root of all this is storytelling.
Yeah, it is.
Storytelling.
I look at this stuff, Tab, and I instantly go back to being jealous of the guy around my way that had the Cobra Hiss, which is like my absolute favorite like toy. And I want to say I liked it so much, I think I stole it from him. Yeah.
As you should have.
I think I stole it.
You did.
And
Fight me for it back.
Yeah, I stole it. And yeah, like Destro and
I mean, that joint, that's a Sears exclusive. You could only get it at Sears, and you would have to send in a little like a little card.
Like redemption.
Oh,
redemption
right,
card,
right.
And that's how you would get that.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
The SMS.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these things, it brings back great memories because again, yes, we were poor, but it was a great childhood, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a great childhood. Yeah. Like it was, yes, I lived in the hood and yes, we went through bad times. And yes, sometimes the electric wasn't on or the heat or anything like that. But I had a beautiful childhood and all thanks to my mother and my father who just made ways out of nowhere.
You know, the imagination you say about, you know, both of us, we were both, came up in poverty, but the imagination, the fact that you could go in your backyard, whether you're playing with your toys or you're riding your bike and you're pretending to be freaking, I don't know, Chips or SWAT team
Evel
or whatever,
Knievel.
Evel Knievel. Your imagination was so vivid and just so massive that it allowed you to dream big.
Yeah.
And I think that feeds into our work ethic.
100%.
Is like from that childhood stemming from the imagination being like, yo, I can be Evel Knievel. Wait, I can be like Michael Jackson on stage or whatever, you know, whatever that energy and putting it out into the universe. Yeah. Let's talk about your childhood going from like the young kid who loved playing, loved, you know, singing into his Fisher-Price. When did you get the spark to know that this was something that you wanted to do? Like, how old were you when you're like, oh, okay, this is what I want to do?
Well, as I mentioned, I always loved to sing. Like that was something I always loved to do. I wanted to act at first. This is something I wanted to do and be on TV and like what's his name? I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. What you talking about, Willis?
Talking about
Arnold.
Gary Coleman.
Yeah, Gary
Gary
Coleman. Thank you. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the Willis himself.
Yeah,
what was his name?
Gary Coleman. Yeah, that was
who?
Gary Coleman was the shorter guy.
Yeah, the brother was
his name
Willis.
is
Golly, we are old.
We're man.
Sorry.
Wait.
Well, anyway, so as I was trying to do the acting thing and I went to acting class and stuff like that, it was my mother actually who pushed me into singing because she heard me sing one day in the car and she was so like kind of like taken aback, like, how are you doing this? That she was like, okay, that's it. We're going to take you out of acting school. We're going to put you in the choir.
Todd Bridges.
Todd Bridges,
yeah.
Shout out Todd Bridges.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. That was going to kill me. But so yeah, and then once she did that, I think it kind of sparked that fascination, that love, where it was like, okay, yeah, I think I like that, mama. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I started really getting into it and actually liking the reaction. When people hear me sing, people's like, oh my God, you sound so good. You know, after a while, you start to like that.
Yeah. Start to feel yourself a little bit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I was like, this,
it's a little power.
I guess I can sing. So it was like, so that's when I started to pursue it a little bit more. And then that was that.
Yeah, that's dope. Because
Can I go back real quick?
Yeah.
Because I think this is kind of important. At least I think it's a good perspective for you guys to give. When we look at this is our childhood, right? Like we see these toys and it brings back a certain moment in our life or a certain Christmas where your mom what do you think the next generation, what are they going to have to hold on to? Because now everything is so digital and virtual. There's not like
I had to take a breath for that one, B.
Yeah.
So maybe one of you answer it first, but what are, like, if you were born today in the next 20 years, what are you going to look back on? Or what would they look back on?
Well, I think
their first robot?
I guess. I mean, it's right. Their first cyborg or whatever that they built.
Yep.
I mean, I refer that also to the music. I think we've had this discussion on my podcast where it's like I feel bad for the kids in their 10-year high school reunion. Like the Serato's got to be filled with so many songs because the industry they don't build careers anymore. They're very disposable artists. So you'll have like 1,000 releases in a year that's played on the same radio station and from artists that the kids don't even remember. And so we were fortunate enough to have a generation of legendary artists, like, and not just hip hop. Like, I mean, imagine like to grow up with Public Enemy and KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane and Rakim, and then on R&B side, you had New Edition and Luther Vandross and like all these are like legends.
Yep.
And they were all out at the same time, creating masterpieces. Like,
but they weren't as accessible as the artists are now because
Yes.
social media and, you know, the YouTubes, the SoundClouds. The thing that we had was they were legends. And
Yeah.
they were like a mythological, like I won't see Sade on Instagram.
right.
I'm not going to see Prince on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now you have the artists that are like, this is their life. They're on live, and then they got these millions of followers. And now you have Insta famous artists
Yeah.
that maybe back when we was coming up, maybe they wouldn't have the same accessibility because it's like, it was, you had to have like an enigma type of approach.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, it wasn't cool to be all over the place
Yeah.
as an artist. Like what we were taught is to do an album, promote it, tour, disappear.
Take 2 years off.
Take 2 years off.
Yeah, take 2 years off. Let them
Like,
miss you.
Artists can't do that anymore.
No. They
Like,
have to
because
let you know everything they're doing.
Yeah. So that dynamic itself tells you how dramatic the industry has changed, where you literally have to oversaturate yourself to stay relevant. And that says a lot about the music, because that means that you're constantly coming out with content, which means that you're not really taking your time, which means that you're not really putting enough thought in it to make a soulful body of work. You're just putting stuff out to stay relevant.
Yeah.
And that changes the music, the sound of it.
Right. I want to go back into heroes because this show is about heroes, whether we're talking about superheroes, we're talking about people that, you know, you were inspired by on TV or film. For me, it was like cartoons, bro.
Yeah.
I built my whole like childhood on Thundercats, G.I. Joe,
Yeah.
you know, He-Man, even like old school stuff like, Justice League and Spider-Man.
Yes,
from the 70s.
absolutely. I used to watch all of them.
Yeah.
My one hero, one person that I actually, cartoon that I actually tried to emulate and tried to be like was Snoopy.
Why is that?
Snoopy was cool.
Yeah, he was cool. Joe Cool.
The boy was cool as a
Yeah.
motherfucker. Snoopy
Yeah.
was never stressed.
Nope.
He was never stressed out. Whenever Charlie Brown had an issue, he was just going to his doghouse. All right, man, take care of you real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Like, he beat the shit out of Lucy. Remember that scene where he had the one boxing glove on his nose and Lucy was trying to box him?
Yeah.
And Snoopy was whooping her ass. Like it was like he and then what was cool about Snoopy was he had his Boone Coon, his Ace Boone, which is Woodstock. They were inseparable. Like, I just loved the way he approached life. He loved Charlie and he loved his friends. Like, he loved Woodstock. And they would argue and they would fight and stuff like that. They showed me what friendship is about.
Yeah.
You're going to have your tiffs, you're going to have your disagreements and stuff like that. But when it came time to protect each other, look out for one another, they were there. And Snoopy, to me, again, without having to say anything, was one of the coolest characters ever created.
Yeah, I kind of, the parallel world between that is finding your crew.
Yeah.
And Snoopy had his crew.
Snoopy had his crew.
Right?
He had his gang.
He had his gang. And I think like to our, history, you with Boyz II Men, me with the Peas, finding our tribe and our crew, it was the universe speaking and saying like, you could do this on your own.
Right.
But it's so much fun.
It's so much more fun.
So much energy, so much memory, and
Yeah.
so much history that you could create with this crew.
Yeah.
Let's now go into the high school version of Shawn. Because we went into the kid world. Now we're going into the high school version where you're a teenager and you meet Nate and this synergy of like another hero that sings just like me.
Yeah.
How do we become Voltron with this?
Right. Well, what's funny is, before I even got into a group, Nate had groups previous with other kids that were that went to the school, but they all graduated. They left, and he was the only one left with another member of ours. Because at one point we were 5, and our 5th member was Mark Nelson, who was later on more famously known as one of the members of the group As Yet.
Wow.
So, but he was with us first, and
wow.
yeah, and.
Did
So,
you know?
yeah. So
I like that.
they saw me singing. Now, mind you, I was there a year and they didn't even know I existed.
Because you were the
And-
quiet kid.
Yeah, I was the nerd. I was this guy. I was comic books and
So As Yet came out of the same.
well, they were all from Philly too. And
didn't know that.
As Yet came out much later. Like we came out in 91. They came out, I think, in 95,
Okay.
something like that.
What was that? What was their first big hit?
Last night.
Last night.
Last night, I was inside of you. That, yeah. So yeah. Yeah. So
kids.
So right. Sorry. So inside the house,
Yeah.
there was a
Right,
house that he was
yes.
inside of, and
Yeah.
they watch cartoons. Anyway, so yeah, I sang begrudgingly because the teacher at the time forced me to audition for this song that I didn't want to do. I sang it. All the kids' mouths dropped because they were like, we didn't know this nerd could sing. And after I got off stage, that's when Nate ran into me in the hallway. I was like, hey man, I got a group. You want to be a part of it? And I said, yeah, sure. I ain't got nothing else to do. And that's
16, 15?
I was 15.
15.
I was 15 years old. And from that point, we started getting tight. And, the other guys joined up. Wanye was already in the group. Mark was in the group, so it was 3. So then I became 4. And then McCary, the bass, came in later. And that was that. And that's how we kind of formed. We formed our, I guess you could say, the Voltron. And it was the harmonies that really set the tone for us. I think we sang Can You Stand the Rain.
Ooh.
We all got our parts, and we sang the harmonies for the first time.
Who did who? Who was JG? Who was Ralph? Who was...
I think we switched it all out. Like I did the that part, and Mark sang Ralph's part, and then Nate sang the first verse and the second. Like, so we kind of interchanged or whatever.
Yeah.
But when we hit that harmony for the first time, sunny day, and we were like, we both were like, what the fuck? We both felt it at the same time, and it was like crack.
Yeah, of course.
Like we stayed trying to sing harmony because it just sounded and felt good. It was a frequency.
So that scene in the New Edition series,
Yeah, that was wrong.
that was wrong?
That's not how. They did that for the movie.
Okay.
And honestly, I've never seen the New Edition series. Only saw that part because people kept sending it to me.
You didn't watch it?
No,
It was pretty good.
How come you didn't watch it?
I didn't want to.
You
Yeah,
it would change
I-
your opinion of things, maybe?
No. It's just that.
We're talking about the BET.
Yeah. The BET. The BET.
They did a 5-part series.
The New Edition story.
Yeah.
The New Edition story.
Because I know the story.
Yeah, you lived it.
And not even necessarily lived it, but because a lot of people don't know how heavily integrated we are with that group.
Of course.
We knew a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the stuff that was in the movie, I was like, okay, whatever. They're gonna change some things for continuity or because of the movie.
Because it's a movie.
Yeah,
because it's a
make
movie.
it more dramatic.
Yeah, but for the most part, I don't know every tidbit, but I know a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like one of those things where it's like, okay, good for them.
So can you tell the audience, what was that moment when how did you present yourself to Biv? So you guys are already like a 5-piece?
Yes. We were a 5-piece. It's kind of a long story, so I'll try to shorten it.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Mack, who was first famous for being security for Fresh Prince, aka Will Smith, was good friends with Nate and his family. They grew up together. And they're like, hey man, I want you guys to meet me at this radio station event. Like, you know how radio stations throw like summer jams and stuff like that.
Wango Tango?
And, stuff like that. In Philly, it was kind of the same thing. And so we're waiting for Charlie. He never shows up. Make a long story short, we somehow sneak into the building. Somehow we sneak backstage. And once we all got backstage, Michael Bivins, Ricky Bell, and Ronnie DeVoe, before they were BBD, was walking off stage announcing that they were going to be a group, right? So they walked off. We walked in. We approached Ricky first. Say, hey man, can we sing for you? And Ricky was like, yeah, but you got a demo tape? Like, send me a demo tape and we'll take care of it. And Nate was like, man, fuck that. So he went to Biv. Unbeknownst to us, 6 months prior, Biv just signed a production deal with Motown and Gerald Busby to find acts. So he was in the hunt. We didn't know that. But we walked up to him and was like, hey man, can we sing for you? He said, can you sing now? We was like, yeah. So we sang Can You Stand the Rain for him. And the crazy part is that he was there. And we still talk about it when we see these people from time to time. Paula Abdul was there. Kid Play was there. Keith Sweat was there. They saw us like when the conception of the discovery of the group.
So they heard you sing, or they were just in the area?
They heard us sing because when we were singing, they all stopped, and then they just kind of encircled us, and we were just singing for these icons.
Yeah,
should have created a bidding war.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
They dropped the ball.
Yeah, well, after we sang, Rick was like, yeah, but you still got to send us a demo tape. And Bill was like, y'all ain't got to send me shit. And he gave Nate his number. And that's pretty much how it started.
Yeah, so the fact that you have been telling your story, doing the podcast, kind of like sharing your world, but also experiences with other heroes.
Mm-hmm.
When I think about heroes, I think about comic books.
100%.
And, for me as a Marvel writer, I always like to ask my guests, like, if you can pick your 5 comic books or comic book heroes, who would that be?
Wow. First off, it's so dope that you're a comic book writer.
Yes,
that you're
sir.
a Marvel comic book writer.
Marvel. Say it louder.
Yeah, Marvel.
Again.
Marvel.
I like that.
Marvel. Hey man, I'm a Marvel guy. But shout out to DC too.
Yep.
Got love for DC.
Yep.
The first person that comes to mind is Adam Brashear. Blue Marvel.
Wow.
Yes.
Never heard that one.
I'm
That's a good
partial
one.
because he's black.
Yes.
And because of his backstory. Adam Brashear was a 5-degree astrophysicist, scientist, genius level, close, or rather next to Tony Stark and T'Challa and Reed Richards. He was just as intelligent, just as smart. Obviously, as most hero stories go, he was working in a laboratory, working on an antimatter device, something with haywire, and that device's components basically entered into him, and he's basically a living antimatter entity. Some of his feats, he lifted up a meteor the size of Arkansas. He saved the planet multiple times with a mask, and people were very grateful for him until they found out that he was black. And then he had to ostracize himself. Shout out to Stan Lee for being this sensitive and writing these types of stories.
Of course.
And,
Rest in peace.
and having the sensibilities of understanding and reading the world how it was. So basically after they discovered, even after saving the world, that people didn't like that he was black, he fell into obscurity and became a professor. But here's what makes him great. Like I said, he's stood toe to toe with the Sentry, who's one of the most powerful Marvel characters. Punched him out so hard that he went out of orbit, out of Earth with one punch.
Can I say that villain kind of similar to Galactus in the sense of like the mythology and the bigness of that character? Go ahead.
Yes. So he one-shotted the Beyonder. I don't know if anybody knows anything about the Beyonder, but the Beyonder is practically God, and he comes from a race of gods that basically created what we will see later in the MCU with Secret Wars, where the Beyonder created this world called Battle World, and he basically took all of these heroes and villains, and he pitted them against each other and basically told them, whoever wins, I'll give you whatever you desire, because he was the type of entity where he did not understand what desire was. So he wanted to see these superhumans fight it out to get more information on what desire was. But to make a long story short, the Beyonder's like a god, and Adam Brashear one-shotted a god. And you can look him up. I can go on and on, but he was just a bad motherfucker. Like, and I think that he should get more notoriety. Okay, next one. That's one. I'm sorry. I'll try not to extrapolate too much. What's my next? Silver Surfer, Norman Rad.
Yep.
Like, he is
again Galactus.
Yeah, Norman Rad has my dream job. Not necessarily being a award for Galactus to find planets that he can consume.
Yep.
But he exemplifies to me, if I lived another life, I would love to be able to just move at the speed of light and just see universes by myself.
Did you watch Fantastic Four?
I did.
Did you like it?
I did.
I enjoyed it too.
I enjoyed it. Yeah. Like, it was good. Like, people were at first trying to figure out, well, who's the girl? Who's the girl? They're trying to DEI this and all this other stuff, and that's not the case. The truth is, that was Norman Rad's girlfriend. And it's a backstory with that too. But so, and even in the Marvel canon, she was Silver Surfer for a moment. So that is true. Those things happen. Now, a lot of people who don't know the story will get upset and whatever, but trust me, they use part of the canon too.
They did the same thing with Thor and his girlfriend when she became Thor.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
a lot of people.
Yes. People don't realize that. What's her name?
I forgot her name, but Natalie Portman played her.
Yeah. That and the reason why she was able to become Thor,
she was a cancer patient.
She was a cancer patient. She was dying of cancer, and Thor, her being Thor, was the only thing that kept her alive.
Yeah.
So, and they kind of touched on that too. So anyway, Silver Surfer, Norman Rad is by far one of my favorite characters. I was actually thinking about tattooing him somewhere.
That's dope.
On me. Like, I love him that much.
That's really dope.
Like, he exemplifies just being because I'm kind of a loner, and I have like a few pictures of him just kind of like sitting on this board, like looking at the universe.
That's dope.
And I said to myself, that would be me.
We both kind of were inspired by your Instagram post last night.
Yeah,
the guy on the rock just sitting there.
Right. Exactly. I'm that guy. Sometimes
I relate to that.
There's a meme of a squirrel just sitting on a rock
by the ocean,
and above it says, "I don't know what this squirrel's going through, but I get it." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Silver Surfer, Blue Marvel,
1,000 words.
Yeah, exactly. Wolverine. There's something about having raw, just animalistic strength.
Yeah. The healing. Logan.
Yeah, Logan. Just him being able to his character always intrigued. Again, he's a loner. If you notice, a lot of these people are alone. Like
he is a loner.
He would go hunting meaning he would just hunt like deer just to watch them, not to kill them per se,
Yeah.
but just to like, I guess, hone in on his skills of being able to just kind of like look at animals, and he connected with nature and the whole 9 yards. He wasn't just a brute.
Yeah.
He did have a good side to him. He was just more of, I guess, just more assertive with it. And not to mention, you know, those 3-foot claws. Like, can you imagine like you about to get into like a scuffle in the streets and you go,
Yeah.
fight's over. Fight's over. Don't
It's a
even
wrap.
try it. Before you even try to lunge, I'm going to like chop off your limbs. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so Wolverine has always been one of my favorites.
4. One more.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Which is your favorite Spider-Man?
I love Peter. Like, I love Peter, but I love Miles.
Speaking about Miles,
Yeah.
so this show is teaching folks about things that we don't know about, in the sense of like, we know your musical career, but we love your fandom for comics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I tell you guys, when he's talking and really well-versed on the characters, the storylines, and the actual fandom around comic books, like, I know something new about you. And I appreciate that side of you.
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to give people a platform to understand the beauty that is being a nerd, that is being a geek, and loving it. And
I'm a proud nerd.
yes, exactly. So let's talk about Miles, because Miles serviced the comic book world, the animated series world, the fact that
Which
it was
were
hip hop, it was freaking cultural Puerto Rican black kid, but also the sneaker world with those J's, with those
the
J's. Yes,
Unlaced.
yep, the ones. And because we want to talk about that, let's also talk about what you have here.
Oh, for sure.
Prized possessions that
and
we
both
have.
of them happen to be ones. But let me do one more character, because I forgot about him, and I don't know how I did, but that's Thor.
Yeah.
Thor's my guy.
Yeah.
Like Thor's, and now he's like Rune King Thor. He's got the Phoenix Force. He's got the Odin Force. He's got the Power Cosmic. He's got the, like, Thor's OD right now.
Yeah.
And I love Thor. I've read so many of his stories, and not just the victories that he's had, but how many ass whoopings he was able to take and still manage to just kind of get up.
He's always getting beat up.
He's always getting beat up, but he
never loses.
He never loses.
But he comes back strong.
I love Thor. Like, Thor is actually my number 2.
Can I ask a question to both of you guys?
Yeah.
New Avengers is on the way here in the next little time. 2 questions. One, what do you guys expect from the new Avengers? Number 1, I don't know the whole insight, but they're attempting to reincarnate Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man character into something. Can you guys touch on what you guys think about both of those?
Can I just say the loss of Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa?
Yeah.
That's heavy.
That's heavy.
Because he,
big time.
Yeah.
Not only as a lead, as a person that inspired
Black Panther, everybody.
Yeah.
Black Panther, that inspired kids that were not even African or black to be doing Wakanda forever.
Yes.
Because it was a hero without a cape.
Yes.
So for me as a fan, I will say that I'm going to miss having Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah,
part of this
100%. 100%. Like, I mean, whoever, I know they're looking to replace him.
Who do you think would be a good replacement?
I don't know. Those are big shoes to fill.
Those are big shoes to fill.
So he is T'Challa.
Correct.
I always go to Denzel. I'm like, Denzel can do it.
He is T'Challa.
It's insane. But Disney, I wouldn't want to be in those offices.
Yeah,
That's
true.
a lot of pressure.
Yeah. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Of course,
yeah.
But that's why this dialogue is important, because it's like, you guys have good insight. You guys are well versed into this. And I think with all these moving pieces, right, with Chadwick gone and Robert Downey's character with Iron Man is changing, evolving, whatever you want to call it.
I will say I had the honor and the privilege to meet him prior to him passing away. And he was like a superhero to me.
Yeah.
And I shook his hand and I was just like, man, thank you for what you do for the MCU. And, you know, it made me happy to meet him as a person.
Yeah.
Because I was already a fan.
Yeah.
And then to see, you know, the legacy and the imprint that he left.
Yeah.
And the lasting energy that his character, Black Panther, T'Challa, left in the MCU was it inspired me on so many levels.
Yeah. So God bless his family and God, we miss him a lot. And we'll see what Disney does. I'm not sure which rendition of or which storyline they're going to choose. I don't know if I don't think they're going to do the classic Secret Wars. That's the one I grew up on reading, which is probably one of the greatest story arcs ever written. But I think they're going to do the modern one where Doom, which is going to be Robert Downey Jr., is going to be God, like God King Doom or something like that. Where like he's no joke on that, and that like it's going to be pretty interesting. But anyway,
you think he'll do a good job with it?
Yeah, yes, 100%.
Okay.
100%. Okay, sneakers. We're talking about J's. We're talking about ones. I only brought 2 pair. I have a few, but these are kind of like the ones that kind of stand out to me. These are the Xbox J's. If you look inside, you see the Xbox symbol inside of it on the sole. See it?
Oh, yeah.
And obviously by the colorway.
Yeah, by the colorway. Yeah. See, so these are Xbox.
Those are
ones.
one-offs?
These are one-offs. These are, well, let's put it this way. If you look these up in StockX or something like that, they go for a pretty penny.
Yeah.
And shout out to Christopher Erb, who works for Xbox, who was kind enough to...
Him and Ski did that collab together, right?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So he was nice enough to...
Shout out to Ski. That's my dog.
Shout out to Ski, DJ Ski. So they gave me these. Again, as you can see, I have not worn them. And I probably won't ever. Now, these were also given, shout out to Gentry at Jordan.
Gentry lives out by me.
Yeah.
He's like my neighbor.
Well, he was very kind to give me these.
He just started his own shoe brand recently, right?
Did he?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely getting some.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was nice enough to give me a pair of these. These are the
the Dior's.
Mic drop. It's over, dude.
The Dior's.
It is over. Done.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
these are the high top.
You don't know those are Dior's, folks.
The Dior
never worn. Stock.
One never worn. Dead stock. I'm never going to wear them.
Wow.
What size are they? My size.
Bro.
So shout out to Gentry, as you can see. Whoops.
20
That's
grand off
amazing.
that value already.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So, and these are the 2 I brought. I mean, I got a few more. But
Tab, what made you get so excited about those?
So
Right.
these were limited. The frenzy around the resale has been, I mean, it's high demand. The idea of a high-end sneaker, a high-end brand collaborating with Jumpman was beautiful, first of all. The Dior pattern on the swoosh is dope. This collaboration is epic. And I know that they had the highs and the lows, and these are just hard to find. I wasn't able to find them. So to see them in person.
Do you prefer that in the high or the low? Or does it matter? You like them both?
It doesn't matter, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're a piece of art.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a gift.
Yeah.
Speaking about gifts,
Yeah.
on our show, we love to gift. So we would like to gift you with a gift. Yeah. Welcome to Taboo's Comics and Kicks. Well, we have gifts.
You don't have to do that, but
I'm telling you, this
know,
man is like Santa Tab.
Yeah, I know.
I have like
Taboo claws.
Yeah, taboo claws. I have like 19 toys at home already from this guy. I feel bad. I'm always like, I got to bring him some shit back.
I know, right? I'm like, Jesus. I'm like,
So
okay.
my brother, the first time we connected, he was all about the jewelry. And he looked at my beadwork and he's like, yo, what,
Michaela,
I love
right?
that. Yeah. And I said, I want to go a step further. I want to present you with something that is more intrinsic to my tribe, which is the Hopi tribe. We, in the southwestern part of Arizona, turquoise is everything.
I love turquoise.
Turquoise. So I want to gift you.
Stone of peace.
Yes, correct. And friendship.
And friendship.
So this is
Tab.
an exclusive piece, turquoise piece, that I would love to give you as my brother. Because first of all, I'm just honored to have you on my podcast.
Tab, thank you. Thank you. I really enjoy these types of, these mean so much to me. Trust me. I would have wore mine today, but I forgot it at home. But
you got to rock this one.
Yeah.
When you get a chance.
I'm going to rock it right now.
My brother.
Wow. We'll pull it out. Let's see what it is.
Oh, wow. And this is turquoise.
Yes, sir.
Oh, look at this.
It's the turquoise stone, not beadwork.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the stone.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. Damn right I'm putting this on right now, man. Are you kidding me? This is amazing.
Beautiful piece.
This is beautiful. I'm wearing this all day.
Yes, sir.
This is good energy. Turquoise is we talked about peace and frequency and turquoise. If you ever wonder why, if you look at a lot of artists, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimi Hendrix, Mayer, a lot of these guys wear these squash blossoms.
Mm-hmm.
And I have one.
I wore one in Where's the Love?
Yes, yes. They're awesome pieces, and they symbolize, like we mentioned, like peace, grounding. It centers you, it calms you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very relaxing stone, which is why a lot of times I always try to wear some sort of stone or something on me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing what it does for your just central nervous system.
Yeah.
Like it gives you
it
gives you a sense of just peace and everything. So, hey man, it's beautiful. Let me tuck these Jesus chains real quick.
I know he's embracing his inner Biggie Smalls today.
But
hey, you know, it would be a great, I don't know why I just thought of this, but a Where's the Love 2025 with Boyz II Men singing the hook.
I would love to.
Of course. Come on.
I think that'd be awesome.
We need more of this shit right now.
We absolutely do.
For sure.
And I think
can we make that happen? Who do we got to talk to?
That. Dude, I just got me and Shawn.
I'm just saying, I'm being dead honest.
You can reach out to Nate. I'll reach out to Will.
Yeah,
and be like, yo, Will, this will be dope.
I would love to do that.
And you guys maybe even change up the verses a little bit.
Bro, Will loves you guys, bro.
And do
we love Will.
And you guys do the hook on a 2025 Where's the Love.
Listen,
that would be fucking beautiful.
I think now more than ever,
yes, sir,
we need to display more unity. It's so funny how I hear people in the public, when artists state their opinions that opposes theirs, to shut up, just be a singer, blah, 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 until that singer or that artist supports them. Now they're like, yeah, big them up. So artists, don't be confused. We matter, and we hold a very heavy impact on the world and being able to depict what the world is going through. Nina Simone said it is an artist's duty to depict the world as it's being seen. You know, I'm paraphrasing, but it's our job.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have done it well as far as showing people that empathy.
Yes,
is extremely important in this world.
Yes, sir.
When you don't understand things, your first reaction shouldn't be attack, to hate.
Where's the love?
Where's the love?
Yeah.
You know,
on that note, pun intended, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to leave you with my 3 ships. I'm not talking about the Nina, the Santa Maria, or the Pinta. The first ship, ladies and gentlemen, is ownership. Own your own story.
Hell yeah.
Second ship is stewardship. Caring for people with compassion. Speak
100.
Words that build, not break. The third ship is leadership. Service. Step up, get involved, and affect positive change.
That's why I love this guy.
On that note, thank you to our guest, Shawn Stockman. This has been another episode of Taboo's Comics and Kicks. That's right, y'all. It's Taboo Nawasha, and I hope you enjoyed geeking out with me and going straight into geek mode. For more information, for more videos, subscribe, like, and comment. Share it with your friends. Much love. There it is. Comics and Kicks.